IndyCar hasn't been short of big stories over the off-season, but it's hard not to spend time getting excited about it. And yeah, as its first race this weekend, as it is with F1, we thought we'd look at what big moments could be happening in this season. And yeah, 5 things to look out for in the oncoming season. So let's get straight into it with number 1, McLaren steps towards greatness. Over its 3 years of IndyCar, it steadily improved and invested, but never tried to change too much. Entering the 4th season, you wonder if it might change, and they might go for an Indy 500 or a championship. Having signed Alex Rossi, the team expands to 3 full cars for the first time, which should provide more data on race weekends to help it get closer to Chip Ganassi and Penske. With a new team boss and ex-F1 engineer Gavin Ward, a new leadership structure in the off-season to focus on improving its car, which is already much easier to drive in 2022. There are plenty of signs that McLaren driver Pato Ward can at least be a serious outsider for the title. And in terms of Indy 500, McLaren has added previous winners Rossi and Tony Kanaan to their drivers that finished 2nd and 4th, O'Ward and Rosenquist last year. And yeah, you've got a pretty stacked group of guys there, I think it's fair to say. So yeah, if you can figure out the results and have a good package, then yeah, you can certainly expect them to be competitive and really fight for the Indy 500. And yeah, there's no doubt McLaren are a fascinating proposition heading into this year, and whether it can continue to rise and be amongst the big teams will be one to watch. And with Penske saying Chevy's drivability upgrade was the biggest reason it won more than half races this year, with O'Ward qualifying toxic in every road course. Even a small gain should catapult McLaren forwards. And moving on then to Alex Palou and a team that sued him. A crazy story. It's hard to see how 2023 is going to be anything difficult for the driver who was sued by his own team in 2022, with many believing he would leave to join McLaren at the end of this year. It creates a fascinating set of scenarios. This was an extraordinary amount of resilience shown, almost to stay and go through this, but sometimes you just got to go through it, and yeah, we'll have to see where it goes at the end of the season, and if the relationship breaks down, if it doesn't, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to see interesting to see how it plays out, especially in the team, and all of that, but yeah, Palou's a very mentally strong guy, and Chip Ganassi, we know he is as well, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Another driver who'll be interesting to watch this season is Scott McLaughlin. He's an interesting one for this year, a rookie, which was his first single season in karts, dominated supercars in Australia, and dominated IndyCar races, and became a title challenger very quickly in his IndyCar career. There's little doubt in anyone that the combination of McLaughlin and Penske is a multiple title winning partnership, but the question of his poor mid-season form and in-race difficulties shows could it happen this season, or maybe we have to wait a bit longer. Something else to consider is whether Penske can maintain the advantage it has over the field. Perhaps McLaren, a fellow Chevy team, may be the biggest threat, but Ganassi will be knocking on the door. And yeah, speaking of Chevrolet and Honda, of course, the 2 engine suppliers, Chevy did the unthinkable in 22, and 10 years of current rule cycle overturned 4 consecutive seasons defeats Honda with a drivability upgrade, which thrilled its teams and drivers, winning 11 out of 17 races. With current engine getting a hybrid edition in 2024, year 11 will be the final ones of this cycle. The question is, does this extra manufacture with extra motivation end on a high? And yeah, who will benefit from the rules? And will Chevy have the advantage again? Because yeah, it certainly seems like that may be the case. And finally, Andretti haven't won an IndyCar title or an Indy 500 since 2017, and in 2023, youthful Colton Herta will have the most IndyCar experience of its lineup after Rossi's exit. Having led the team is no problem in terms of speed, but asking him to do all the titles, the testing, etc., is a big ask. The outgoing Rossi flagged that Andretti isn't the structure of some of the European teams or Penske that has worked in the past, and yeah, the series involved, but Andretti has speed in its cars, and it's almost unstoppable when it's on form, but how often can it find its form this year? But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and lots of comments down below. Follow the show for daily football news and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.